What's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out 2010's Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on 4K Blu-ray. This is not going to be a review on how entertaining the movie is. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the video and the audio quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot on 35mm and in HD. It's got a 2K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 112 minutes and the aspect ratios are 185:1 and 239:1. Which means the aspect ratio switches between full screen and a letterbox. Image quality wise, I found this to be a nice upgrade over the 1080p version. Detail, clarity, and sharpness was the first thing that jumped out at me. It's not 4K digital crispy since it was shot on film, so you're going to see a light layer of grain throughout. If you're a grain hater, I'd say it's safe to say that you're not going to be too bothered by it. I saw more visible textures on clothing like stitches, cotton fibers, Gideon's suit pattern, which were much more discernible coming from the older Blu-ray. The same for all the facial close-ups, revealing stubble, individual strands of hair, and even peach fuzz on cheeks. Another very noticeable upgrade is in the new Dolby Atmos mix. I'd say for the majority of the runtime, it seemed to be more of a static mix. But when the fight scenes pick up, you'll see that the sound effects or objects do move around dynamically through the different channels. When Scott first encounters Roxy, you'll hear her circle around the room counterclockwise before she gets knocked out of the air by Scott. With music being a big part of the movie, the new Atmos mix extends through all the speakers, which does give this movie a much bigger, more expansive feel than what I heard previously on the older mix. Instruments are detailed and clean in the front stage with natural extension to the surrounds. The height channels aren't constantly active, but do come to life during the musical portions and the action scenes. The fight with Gideon is not only a standout for the audio, but an eye-catching one for its HDR usage. Specular highlights pop from that flaming sword, and the light flashes and lens flares have some nice sparkle. The color palette is natural with mostly darker colors, but saturation was definitely richer in tone when I compared it to the regular Blu-ray. The black levels added better contrast next to the flatter 1080p version, and overall picture brightness got a little boost as well. Now this is a darkish movie, so it won't be like Aquaman bright, but it does have its colorful moments.
That's actually hilarious.
Now, if you are new to the channel and you're into movies and home theater, consider tapping that subscribe button for new weekly videos. As far as bass response, the action scenes and the musical numbers gave my subwoofers a hefty workout. The fight between Scott and Cap is gonna rumble your house. And anytime a fight with the X's ends, you'll get a big blast of LFE. I thought dialogue was solid throughout, whether it was in the surround channels or bouncing back and forth between the center and the left and rights. Just be sure that you have your channels level matched so you don't get blown away by a voice coming from a surround channel. So for audio, I'd have to go with an 8.7. I think this was a great upgrade from the older mix. The high channels get a lot of usage from the big action parts, and the musical soundtrack naturally extends to the surrounds. There's nice ambiance during the quieter moments, and bass response hits hard and should give your subs plenty to do. Overall, it's a very nice upgrade. For video, I thought the 4K increase was just as impressive as the audio upgrade. Like I mentioned earlier, detail, clarity, and sharpness should be immediately noticeable. HDR bumped up saturation levels, and black levels increased image depth. If I had to give it a number, I'd have to go with an 8.6. I think if you're a fan of the movie, then this is obviously the best way to watch it, and it's an all-around great improvement. So what are your thoughts on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World on 4K Blu-ray? Did you think the upgrade was as good as we did? If so, leave a comment down below and let us know. Now, if you do want to grab this disc, I'll leave some links for it down below in the video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.